Hello. So till now we have been seen there are a lot of membrane separation techniques like microfiltration, ultrafiltration, reverse osmosis, electrodialysis, then nanofiltration, ion exchange process, then supercritical fluid extraction, then various techniques like by using membrane we can separate solid and gases also like electrostatic precipitator. Now, basically, this chart shows the basic difference in between all kind of processes, where this chart describes how the each operation is differ with respect to membrane type and its pore radius, membrane material, process driving force, and their application. So, as per the microfiltration concern, the membrane type and the pore size or pore radius is the membrane type is symmetrical, microporous, and the pore size of the and the pore radius is zero point 0.1 to 10 microns, whereas the membrane material is cellulosic nitrate or acetate, polyvinylidene difluoride, that is PVDF, polyamide, polysulfone, PTEF, metal oxides, etc. are used as a membrane for the microfiltration. One thing should be noticed here, we are going to separate microorganisms by using microfiltration. Now, each and every separation techniques is differ with a process driving force. So, as per the microfiltration concern, not only microfiltration but also ultrafiltration, reverse osmosis, and the gas separation technique. The driving force is always been hydrostatic pressure difference. Now, the ranges of the pressure may differ with application to application or technique to technique, but the applications are very clear to separate the what is the mixture. So, for the microfiltration, what is the application? It is the sterile filtration or clarification. So, now we will move towards the ultrafiltration, where in ultrafiltration we are using asymmetric membrane type and the pore radius is 1 to 10 nanometer. See, whenever the questions will be counted up during your viva, then obviously you must know about the pore size of the membrane or pore radius we may say. So for the ultrafiltration, the type of membrane is asymmetrical, microporous, and the pore radius will be 1 to 10 nanometer. Now let us move towards the material which is used for the membrane. As per the ultrafiltration concern, a polysulfone, polypropylene, nylon 6, PTFE, PVC, acrylic, and copolymer. Such materials are widely used for the preparation of membrane. Now, again, the driving force would be hydrostatic pressure difference. Now, pressure would be approximately zero point 0.1 to 1 megapascal. Now, before this operation, we have been talk about the microfiltration, where the pressure was approximately 10 to 1500, sorry, 10 to 500 kilopascal. So see the difference in ultrafiltration. We are using zero point 0.1 to 1 megapascal pressure. Now here again the application would be the separation of macromolecular solution. So take an example, we can separate sugar solution or milk solution. So probably you have been remembered the examples I have been given during our practicals. Generally, ultrafiltration process is used to remove the whatever the milk from the milk solution of milk and water. Here we are getting very separate and clear solution, that we are getting milk powder or proteins on the membrane, whereas the clear solution we can get from the as a permeate. So this is all about the ultrafiltration. Now moving towards the next operation, that is called as reverse osmosis. It is the most important operation which is widely used for the treatment of the water. Generally, all over the India as well as across the world, we can see RO units are used widely to treat the hard water. Uh, if you'll ask me personally, I would like to clear you. In India, it is not essential to use reverse osmosis water for the drinking purpose because uh, 0 to 500 ppm range is adequate, which is governed by the medical society or medical science, which help us to digest our food properly. But what happen in reverse osmosis, if we are using this water for the drinking purpose, then reverse osmosis process removes entire total dissolved solids, which may harm your digestive system. But as per the chemical treatment concern, this is a good operation where the type of the membrane is asymmetrical, skin type, and the radius of the membrane or pore size or pore radius will be zero point 0.5 to 1.5 nanometer. Now, as per the method of construction concern, for the reverse osmosis, we can use polymer, cellulosic acetate, and aromatic polyamides. Where, as per the process driving force concern, I told you hydrostatic pressure difference at approximately 2 to 10 megapascal is used. If you will compare the ultrafiltration and the reverse osmosis, you will come to know we are using almost double or more than that the pressure range, where the ultimate results or the application can be expressed or can be explained or can be given as a separation of salts and the solutes from solutions. The countries who are surrounded by the which are surrounded by the sea, like Israel, they are using such a portable reverse osmosis units where the water from the sea is going to separate, the salts are removed and water might get potable through this process. So reverse osmosis process, this is also one of the most important process. Now, next process is gas separation. As per the syllabus concern, I am going to elaborate the gas separation process, where again we are using asymmetrical homogeneous polymer membrane for this process, uh, and the method of construction may be polymer or copolymers. Here again, hydrostatic pressure and the concentration gradient would play important role for the driving as a driving force for this process, whereas the applications are nothing but separation of gases from the mixture of gases. So nanofiltration and pre-evaporation and all electrodialysis is not in our syllabus, but you must know it. Electrodialysis is the desalting process where we are using cation and anion exchange membrane. Here it may similar to the ion exchange process, where the type of membrane which can be used as sulfonated cross-linked polystyrene, and driving force may be the electrical potential gradient. So the applications are desalting of ionic solution. So this is also widely used in nowadays in chemical industries. And as per the nanofiltration concern, I told this is also one of the most important application which is widely used, where a thin film membrane type is used for the separation of solvent or solution, sorry. Then whatever the membrane material would be the cellulosic, acetic, and aromatic polyamides, where the pressure is required is very high, that is 9.3 to 15.9 bar. And the purpose of the application would be the removal of the hardness as well as the desalting. So the capacity of the membrane should be very strong, because to withstand this pressure is not a joke. Commercially we may achieve it, but the maintenance cost might get increased. The membrane may get tear or may get it may get affected with the high pressure. So this is what we have been seen about the various processes and the differences. So friends, it is very essential you must know the what are the types of flows concerned in heat exchange, heat transfer subject. We have been gone through the heat exchange equipment, where as per the allowing the solution concern, there are three types I taught you: co-current, counter current, and cross current. So co-currents, where the flow of the both stream are in same direction, that is the feed and as per the shown in diagram, and where in counter current the flows are opposite in direction, whereas in last case, that is the cross current, the flow is perpendicular to the membrane. So these are the types of the ideal what are the membrane separation technique based upon the various types of flows. So easily by using this figure or a diagram, you can understand the various techniques for the separation, where the co-current flow, completely mixed flow, counter current flow, and cross flow which is given. So as like evaporation, we have been seen in heat transfer, there are a lot of fashions. It is totally depending upon the feeding, what kind of feed and how we are going to feed. It will decide which type will be used. So basically physical properties like viscosity, the pressure ranges, what is our expected separation techniques, such all these things can be considered while following this fashion. Thank you friends, we will again meet again to review the entire processes or remaining process like supercritical fluid extraction, as well as uh, our one of the operation which is widely used, that is pressure swing adsorption. So that is also one of the best technique or practice which is used in chemical industries, especially in petrochemical sector. So thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you. Good night.